Is it a travel issue or is it a strength issue, do you think? Because if it's a travel issue, I did a bit of homework during the week, and I know we're comparing apples with bananas here regarding country football leagues. If you look at a league like the Wimmera Football League, which is one of the more isolated leagues in Victoria, going from Ararat to Nil one way is 218 kilometres. So it's a 436 kilometre round trip to go and play a game of football. I know they're used to it, and they've been doing it for years. If it is a distance, and I know that a man that described you as a quirky character, I would like to think that that is a positive, Jeff, and that, of course, was Bernie Palmer, no names, no packages.
He's all right, I like them.
When we had an interview a few weeks ago, said travelling to Cranbourne for Sorrento would be like travelling from Melbourne to Lorne. Now, he's obviously not read the map properly, but, I mean, a club's being silly in this competition in regard to the travelling distance when you look at some of these other leagues.
Look, I think the thing is that we haven't had a strategic conversation. What we've done is just go reaction, reaction, reaction. We haven't said where we want the competition to be in 10 years' time. We've never looked at that. We've never looked at the under-19s and the impacts on that. It's just been reactionary, so I can't really get to the bottom of why it is, because we haven't had that conversation. It's just like Bernie's got a view, and that's fine, and Mick's got a view, and Chris has got a view, but you know, certainly I haven't had the opportunity to put my view forward. There's a lot of people representing the presidents, so they say, but I haven't had the opportunity to get my point forward.
Would you like a third-tier division?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think it would suit. Absolutely. But I also think that it would be better to find clubs in and around this area.
Absolutely.
And I think that Cranbourne would fit really well, and that would make 23. And then you've got Carrum and Skye in this vicinity. Chelsea Heights has given me a phone call. They're super keen to come in. And then you've got South Mornington and Frankston Dolphins, who have just affiliated in Southern Division. So that makes another 8. So I think that the competition really needs to go and do some homework and research and try and find these clubs. But you know, you talk about that travel distance. Imagine Robert Jackson if you were on a car trip home from Hill.
How many are you?
I don't know how many you could get in 200 kilometres.
Well, I can tell you now, on his 50th game, I came back with him from Rye. So I saw him at Rye on his 50th game where the president, the coach actually said at half time he's not coming on because he had such a big Friday night. So the trip home from Rye was hard enough, and we have come from Sorrento as well. So.
Now, can I ask you about the finals fixtures? It's been interesting because some of the presidents tried to book Frankston Park for Saturday. That's obviously fallen on deaf ears, and the league has gone ahead with Sunday. Couple of matches at Mornington because the netball courts are there, and obviously we're going to look after our netball to do a wonderful job for the football club. What's your view on it, Jeff?
Look, Paddy summed it up when I asked him. He said, well, we haven't played in a grand final for over 20 years. We play on the road on Tuesday night, so that's where we are at. I've got to say, I'm a bit stunned by the whole issue because for years, and you did the interview with Possum Carpenter, and he's absolutely right. I'm the same age as Possum. We used to play the Nepean League on the Saturday. On the Sunday, we'd make a pilgrimage down to Frankston and watch the NPFL on the Sunday. 100%. It's been like that forever.
And that's the way it should be. It still should be like that. And the week before the preliminary finals are played, and then Saturday and Sunday is Nepean and Peninsula.
The fixturing doesn't allow anything else.
That's what I would have thought.
That's right, yeah. And that's how they should work it. And the one thing that I'm bemused about is that the qualifying final, the second semi, the preliminary are not at Carr Street. And that is the best venue, and that's where 3 of the games should be played before they get to the grand final.
What do you think, Paddy? I know you said you'd play anywhere. I know that it reminds me of Bob Murphy's comment when the Dogs got back in the finals years ago. He said, we'll play Yarra Park. We don't care. I mean, but if you had a choice, where would you play?
Oh, you play every game at Frankston if you had a choice, but we haven't got that choice.
No, we have got that choice because the ground is available on that. The ground is available on the Saturday and the Sunday for those rounds leading up.
Yeah, but you've got 4 games on the weekend, so when you're second...
No, I realise that, but one of those games can be played away. And I'm surprised that one of the games isn't played here because this is one of the better venues.
Well, they did have a final there not long ago, but then they just started throwing it everywhere. So even the second division, Tyab, Hastings, Devon, Meadows, like Chelsea last year, that's not a good oval. And then size-wise, it's about the same as Mornington anyway. So no one's hooked up there.
I think though when you look at it, if you actually look into with the league, clubs, correct me if I'm wrong, but the clubs have got the opportunity to say we want to host finals.
100%.
So the clubs put that in.
Six clubs nominated for finals this year. 5 of them have got them.
Yeah, so we can't be looking at Mornington's got finals. If Mornington's put in a bid and Mornington said we can do this, that and the other, and the league's looked at it and said, yep, well they can cater for it, they've got netball over the road, they've got a ground, they've got good change rooms, their coaches' boxes are identical, so there's no, like here, we have one who's up in the box, one who's down, so that doesn't really favour anybody. Mornington's is exactly the same. Look, to be honest, I can't really see a problem with Mornington. There's a great atmosphere at Mornington as well. But I would love to, ideally, ideal world, we'd play every final at Frankston, but if we can't, we'll play it anywhere.
But you could still play the qualifying,
On the
second
Sunday?
the second semi, the preliminary, and the grand final all should be played at Carl Street. But they said it was costing them too much money to go there, and there should be negotiations with Frankston and Gary Buckenara about the ground rental, the kiosk, and the bar, because
I think that's got to happen. That to me is a critical issue.
there's got to be a conversation there.
There has to be a conversation with Frankston. And look, Frankston's done everything right in getting their licence back and tapping into the league here and being local. The one thing they haven't done though is be a bit compromising when it comes to cost. Kringle had the ground last year and they must have lost a heap of money because they weren't able to sell beer. And the finals last year, the league lost a heap of money at Frankston because they couldn't sell the beer. That's critical.
And that was part of the reason why they're not doing it at Frankston, because the ground rental's too high, they're not getting the bar, and they're not getting the canteen.
Yeah, so that's one of the issues.
So has the discussion been held or it hasn't been held?
No, I don't think it has.
Look, between what the league and the Frankston, as far as I know, it hasn't.
No.
So what do we do about that then?
Well, we got the president's meeting next week. That's where I expect it to come up. I think the decision on the grounds is pretty much done and dusted, but we've got to learn from it. We've got to make sure.
Don't you think that?
I was just going to say, maybe we cut a deal at Casey Fields and get out there and scream them on at Casey Fields and play the grand final.
You're going to be happy about that, you reckon, Paddy?
Oh, they'd be great. It's 2.5 hours. And on the way home, if they win the cup, it'd be great.
Yeah, it's from Melbourne to Lord and back, isn't it? Let's look at some coaching appointments. Now, Long Beach, their coaching appointment for next year is pending. Not sure about Steve Hughes. I heard that it was going to be a bit tough for him to do it this year, but he's done a pretty good job, particularly in recent weeks. Graham Yates will stay on board at Edithvale Aspendale. Bo Mustard, they were announcing tonight that he's been reappointed at Frankston Bombers. Wayne Capp, we've gone out and interviewed Wayne Capp today, even though they haven't won for a few weeks. He's been reappointed at Frankston YCW. Mornington, they've got Simon Goosey for next year, Mount Eliza, we've got Troy Shannon for next year. The Pines Football Club, Jeffrey, what's going on?
Oh, we're waiting till Paddy's in. He's here for another year at least.
I was on for 2 years. Yeah, I was on for 2 years after last year. Yeah, so.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, wrapped. Yeah, really. No, I didn't need to make it. So announcements, that sort of things, I was just going through anyway. So yeah.
How many years is that now, Paddy? How many years is that now?
This is my 4th, so yeah, 5, and I did do 2 years. Yeah, 2 years back in 08, 09. Yeah, so it'll be. I coached my 100th game at the club this year against Rosebud in round 4. So well, it's looking like I can get up around the 150. I'll be one of the longest serving coaches, I think.
So do you think that that's viable to go over that 5 years? So if you've got a core group of guys who are sort of getting a bit older, you don't think that message is going to sort of fall on deaf ears or become a bit stale?
No, I don't think so, because we as coaches keep evolving, but we've tweaked our game plan. We're a completely different side, I believe, to how we were probably when I first came back. So we do keep changing things up. We add new players in. We've continually added new guys into our list. So I don't think, and if anybody was getting bored, they'd probably come up and tell me. I know Bo would tell me anyway if he was getting bored of me. And, Guy wouldn't, Boz definitely wouldn't. So yeah, at the moment we're going well. And I don't think I'm too boring, Dan. They can sort of put up with listening to me and a little bit throughout the week. The assistant coaches do a hell of a lot of work, and so I don't do a lot on the track. We sort of plan it together, and so my voice is pretty much game day.
Yeah, and look, I'll back that up and just say, from a committee perspective and from a football department perspective, we've got a longer term plan, and Paddy's football program, it's taken a few years, but we're infiltrating it all the way down to the juniors. We now have a respected senior player at just about every level, right down through to our Auskick, which is bow takes. So the program is really from start to finish. We've incorporated it into other clubs. You know, the league won't agree on an MOU with junior clubs, but we back it up by actually participating with other junior clubs. So we're letting our program speak for itself, and Paddy's the person who implemented that.
I was told earlier, Jeff, just before we look at second division, from one of your major sponsors, that from 1976 to 2002, this club was involved in 13 grand finals, won 6 seniors, they won 15 reserves, they won 8 in the thirds and 6 in the under 17s, and they've won 32 awards individually, including league best and fairest in goal kicking. It's been a successful club. It's had a lean period.
Yep.
Do you think you can get back to being a dominant force once again? And do you think that what Paddy's put in place is getting you in that direction?
Absolutely, but you know, you never get ahead of yourself, but you want the results to speak for themselves. But one of the things that a couple of years ago, the starting point was obviously the seniors. We had to get people back on board, we had to get sponsors back on board, and most of our initial sponsors were previous players that put their hand in their pockets, you know, and they've always done that. It's about getting them all back together. But then we have to prove ourselves much deeper than that, and we did with the reserves making finals last year, and this year, you know, even last year we won 1 game in the under-19s. This year we've won 6.
Isn't it wonderful to see under-19 starting to?
That's the difference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because when I was growing up and as a young boy, like Pines as a football club and a junior football club was very strong, very strong. There was a real growth area here, and obviously people grow up and move away, so it's been a trying time for you.
Right, look, touching on that, the success we had as a senior footy club and open age footy club, I think if you go around the pinch and you go through a lot of other clubs and you look at their premiership boards, you'll see a lot of Pines juniors who've started here and then gone on and they're playing premierships at other clubs. You know, some of them on the back of not being able to get a consistent senior game here because we were that strong, that they went to other clubs and got on and they played in premierships there. So not only were we doing a great job here, but we were pumping up and propping up a lot of other clubs in the area.
Thanks to Mark, of course, one of the major sponsors of the football club, for providing me with all that information. I do like my stats, but I'm not as good as Bruce McAvaney. Looking at second division, Chelsea is right. James Brame was appointed a couple of weeks ago. Crew Point, right. Devon Meadows, no, they'll need a new coach. Drummond and right. Hastings have reappointed Ricky Ferraro. Coringal are okay. Lang Warren is okay. Pearsdale, we've been told, is okay in regard to their coach. Red Hill have already reappointed their coach. So there's only really a couple of changes likely in second division at this stage, Tony.
Yeah, Rye and Somerville, what's happening with them?
No, well, Rye at this stage, the offer's been made to Josh. The offer's been made to Josh Moore, but they're still waiting to hear back from him. I'm hearing rumours that he may go to the Dandenong Stingrays as an assistant coach. He's been there 4 years now, and Somerville, I'm not sure about Andreas Everett.
Yeah, well, it'd be good. It'd be good for Andres to hang around, I hope.
Yeah, I think he might have, just from what I'm hearing, he might have found the coaching a bit overwhelming. And it's a tough gig, particularly when you don't live right near the city club. I think he lives in Yarraville, which is a fair commute. To try and put the time in. I know he gets there on time, but then you got to get that long drive back. And coaching is a very tough gig time-wise, particularly when you're trying to have a full-time job and run a family and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's getting harder and harder. Coaching, and Hobbs will back me up here, and Blake will back me up here. From when we first started coaching,
100%.
It's got time-wise. It's got, you know, you're pretty much doing 7 days a week, and then as you said, trying to run a normal job and a family
and a relationship.
So, yeah, and a relationship.
And if you're juggling 2 relationships, you're in trouble, right?
Well, no, I better not say that.
You've got some news for us, mate.
No, there was a mate of mine bought a bloke kicked a lot of goals. He always juggled a few when he was coaching.
Thank you, gentlemen. Great to have Jeff Svigos and Paddy Swayne with us, and good luck to them on the weekend against the Commonwealth.